this. Rikishi said on Raw this past Monday night, he hit Stone Cold for The Rock.
Well, my last words were, what about The Rock? And I think we're going to find out exactly what The Rock thinks. Oh, my God.
And there's the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He sits in his pickup truck right outside the entrance to the Staples Center. He's been there all day long, King, awaiting the arrival of Rikishi.
What does he plan to do? Is he going to run Rikishi down like a ram? He can't do that, can he?
Well, King, the focal point of the entire WWF has been on this man all week long, Rikishi.
Well, that's right. He admitted that he ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he did it for The Rock.
Well, how does The Rock feel? We'll find out in moments. But first, let's take you back to Raw for the shocker.
Tonight, Commissioner Mick Foley has guaranteed that he will name the assailant that ran down Stone Cold last November.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you tonight Mr. Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is a suspect.
Shawn, I say to you, explain where you were on the night that Stone Cold was run down by that automobile.
I was sitting at home watching Survivor Series. I'm ashamed to say it, but it wasn't me. But I've got an idea about who it was. There's one guy that loves the spotlight as much as old HBK. If you smell what a cooking.
Shawn Michaels, he's bigger than The Rock. Can you think that Linda McMahon's going to be interrogated here tonight by the commissioner?
Let me look you in the eye and tell you I did not run down Stone Cold Steve Austin. It wouldn't be good business.
Since Stone Cold went down, which WWF superstar has benefited the most financially?
The Rock.
I never had a chance to ask you what you were doing when Stone Cold got run down.
Oh, hold on, Mick. I had nothing to do with that. Myself, the Grandmaster, and Rikishi were backstage all night long.
And what were you guys doing backstage?
What do you mean what were we doing backstage? We were chilling like villains, waiting for The Rock to finish up with his match so we could go party.
The Rock's name seems to be coming up an awful lot tonight.
Hey, Mick, I'm not saying The Rock had anything to do with it. I'm just covering my own tracks.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Hey, glad I could help.
I think you have.
There's a commissioner. Mick Foley not taking his eyes off The Rock.
I promise to deliver the person who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I will. Unfortunately, all of the evidence points to you, Rock. It was your rental car that ran down Stone Cold. Only your fingerprints, only your DNA were found inside the car. You have not fooled me, Rock. And therefore, right here, Mick Foley finds The Rock not guilty. But if you didn't do it, who did? He did.
Rikishi? What?
Who else is close enough with The Rock to go inside his dressing room, to reach inside his bag and get his keys? The only thing I don't know is why. Okay.
What?
I did it.
What?
I ran over Austin. I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock. I took your keys, and when I jumped into the car, I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin standing in the middle of the parking lot all alone. You see, the WWF has always been all about the great white hope. Such people as Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, and now Stone Cold Steve Austin. You see, the WWF has always let the Island Boys in. Now listen to me, Rock. People like your grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Alpha and Sika, Samu, and the Tonga Kid, they were all held back. I ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I did this for you. And to tell the truth, I do it again.
I can't believe this. Rikishi, the assailant. Rikishi, the perpetrator. What will Stone Cold Steve Austin do Thursday night? But what about The Rock? What about The Rock?
Rock, thanks for joining us. Now that some time has passed since Raw, and the fact that Rikishi has confessed for running down Stone Cold Steve Austin like a damn dog, what are your thoughts on this whole heinous matter?
I really don't know what to think about that, JR. I don't know what's more confusing, whether it's the fact that he said that he ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin, or whether it's the fact that we know he actually did run over Stone Cold, or it's the fact that he said he did it for me.
What about that? What about the fact that Rikishi says, I did this in the name of The Rock. I did this all for The Rock. How does that make you feel? What are your thoughts on that?
How do you think it makes me feel? It makes me feel sick to my stomach to think that, with everything I've accomplished here in the WWF, and before Survivor Series, before Steve got ran over, I was already multi-time WWF champion, as you know. So, for him to say that he did it for me, for him to say that he did it for me so I could rise to the top of the WWF, almost, insinuating, or actually telling me and telling the fans out there, negating everything that The Rock has already done, like I couldn't have done it on my own, is sickening to my stomach, JR. I don't know what to think when I hear something like that. And then, for him to say that he did it for me, and for me to be in the same ring with him, and I looked this man in the eyes. Now, here's a guy who I knew my whole life, or I thought I knew my whole life for that matter, and I looked him in the eyes, and he's telling me that he did it for me, and I sincerely believe that he actually believes that he did the right thing, which it scares me. It scares the hell out of me.
What do you think about the fact that Rikishi said that the WWF is all about the Great White Hope?
That's a bunch of to me, JR. For him to sit there and say something like that, for him to bring up all these other guys, all these great champions of the WWF, Bob Backlund and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bruno Sammartino, and to say that our people have been held back. I was given the same opportunity as everybody else in my family was, from my grandfather and my dad, and we all took advantage of it as far as I'm concerned. For him to throw the race card in there is ridiculous. And anybody that knows me knows that that's my biggest turnoff. It's my biggest pet peeve for somebody to say something like that. But again, I go back to the fact, JR, that I was in the ring with him. We were all in the same arena that night, but I was in the ring with Rikishi. I was in there. Mick Foley was in there, and I looked at him, and he honestly believes that he did the right thing by running over Steve. He honestly believes that he did the right thing for me, for that matter. And what me off is a simple fact that he says, that he casts a doubt in some people's minds out there that, well, maybe The Rock couldn't have done it. Well, the fact of the matter is, it didn't cast a doubt in my mind. I could have done everything I've done here in the WWF with Steve Austin standing right by my side, or right in front of my face for that matter. Either way.
Stone Cold is expected here tonight. What are you going to say to him when you see him?
I've already talked to Steve. I talked to him Monday night. We were on the phone for an hour. I talked to him this afternoon. I've been talking to him throughout his whole rehab, so I hate like hell that it even happened to him, and I was happy as hell the fact that he came back. I talked to him already, and he knows that I didn't have anything to do with it, and he's cool with that. But what he's not cool with, obviously, is Rikishi.
And do you have a problem with that, as far as Stone Cold having this intense rage at Rikishi?
Well, why would I have a problem with that? Why would I have a problem with Stone Cold wanting to beat the living out of Rikishi tonight? Quite frankly, he should. And I'm torn between kind of emotions here, because I've known Rikishi my whole life, and I've never known him to do anything like that. But seeing as he did do it, well, he deserves what's coming to him. So no, I have no problem. I have no problem with how Stone Cold feels.
Rock, given the kind of temperament that Austin has today, what kind of advice would you give him?
Well, I'm not here to give Stone Cold advice. That's just not The Rock's way. The Rock doesn't give Stone Cold advice. Stone Cold doesn't give The Rock advice. But I will say this. You and I both know Stone Cold very, very well. And I just hope that Steve Austin doesn't do anything to Rikishi that Austin's going to regret for the rest of his life.